What's up, Mr. Glux? Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. All right. Give me just 1 second, and then we'll I will start talking about the deadlock changes. Okay. So I'm sure we're all very very excited. Deadlock changes are here. Oh, and they look so good. I'm so happy. Anybody that bitches about them is being extra. Okay. There we go. Everything's up. Everything's good. Okay. So the very first thing I wanted to go over was Mr. I think you pronounce his name Bonnie. Mr. Valorant Bonnie got to test the changes early, and it seems that excuse me, the wall can be thrown further. So I want to test that, because there was another thing saying that the only change was that the wall is longer, like the wall length is bigger. So we're going to very quickly hop into a game on Lotus. I'm going to try and reenact the wall that he did as best I can, because I want to see if it gets thrown further. And while we're doing that and loading up, we're going to go ahead and talk about the changes and what I think, and if I think they're good changes, if I think they're bad changes. Spoiler alert, I think they're really, 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 really good changes, and I think people are being a little dramatic already about here's the thing. I think they are very healthy changes, and they are not bad. Like they're a lot of people were essentially you're on two sides of the coin right now. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, so essentially, a lot of people are on two separate spectrums of this is broken, this is good, this is bad. Some people think it's bad because it seems like it's just fluff. Some people think it's broken because, buffs are, when you see a lot of buffs at once, it looks like it's broken. I personally think the changes are very healthy changes and are not broken, nor are they super weak changes. I think they're going to be very helpful. Okay, first things first. So he walks around roughly around here. And let me does he jump? No, he just throws it. He just throws it and it fucking lands. Oh, okay. Okay, I was wrong. Throw distance has not been buffed. Throw distance is still the same, because this is roughly about the same area that it lands. So, first thing that changes is the wall size is like doubled. It's not even like a 0.5. No, it is like doubled. So, when he's doing it, this wall, he's able to wall here, here, and over here. I think this change is going to be insanely good, because now you're gonna be have more of an incentive to um they're gonna have more of an incentive to throw your wall a different way. Like, here's the problem with deadlock wall right now. The best way to throw it is like this, to where it's inside, and they're more likely, like, they're gonna break the middle and they're gonna peek out like this. They're not gonna push into this. And throwing walls like this, or like out here, is bad because it gives the orb is really close. They can't, they don't get like, this can't be smoked off, and then that orb is a lot harder to break because this is probably gonna get smoked off. I think the wall being way bigger allows you to throw it in sight. Like we could throw it like all the way back here, and it comes out to here, which allows you to put like a stun. Hold on. Come on, work with me. Allows you to put like a stun in here, right? Where when they run in, they're gonna hit the jet like dashes, and she bonks this, and it makes this sun go off. So I'm talking about my opinions on the wall right now. So I think it's gonna change how people play deadlock, because before it was, you would set your, like how I would personally play deadlock was like, for like, let's say I'm setting up on C. Perfect example. Ooh, I'm lagging a little. Put a sensor up there. Put a sensor down here to fight on sight. And then I throw my wall back here. And, we just do that. But now we can put our wall in, like, super deep in sight. Like, this gets walled now. And it brings the idea of when a jet dashes in sight, right? You're now kind of like caging them. So, and the reason why it's like, oh, well, why not just scooch the wall up like you did before? When this stun goes off, oh, that's really weird to see how it moves. Before, this just isn't enough, they're only peeking out this much. So having on that extra length is really nice. Again, you can just cover a lot more, and also it's going to be a lot more awkward. Like, where's like an area here? Spawn. Let's do spawn. So let's throw the wall out. Okay. Another thing that's going to happen is, like, on bind, it's going to create an area where they are going to be out in the open and trying to break your wall now. And that can't happen. You can't, this is going to go into its own video. I'll put a picture up on screen of this picture I saw on bind where, they put the wall on site and it covers so much, and they have to break that middle orb to open all the paths back up. But breaking that middle orb creates a problem because you're out in the middle of sight. I don't think Lotus is the best example for this because all the sites are pretty like tight knit, or not tight knit. Let me say that again, because again, I'm gonna be cutting this up and put this on YouTube. Lotus isn't a great example because B and C are very closed up. Like, A would be a better example where you're never gonna wall this right now. Because look, open angle. But now we can make lineups to where we wall this, and I'm pretty sure you can get it to cover this as well from what I saw. That's crazy. That's so good. It's worth it now to wall this stuff. Or you bring the wall closer up here and do it like this. And again, there's an open barrier. And I know the entire team is not going to flood through this. But, or we can wall here. Again, Lotus isn't the greatest example. I just think that, the wall buff is going to allow you to put the wall in new areas. All right, hold on. Let me go into a map that Let me go on the bind, and I can explain this a bit better because I do want to cut this up and put this on YouTube. Okay, let's go to bind. Okay. Okay. Um. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, so like one thing that a lot of people are unhappy about right now is that they think that these buffs are just fluff and that they aren't actually impactful. Um, which I absolutely disagree with. So let me go ahead. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so let me now show you what I was talking about. So if we throw our wall out here, there's areas to get around. We don't cover this fully. This isn't covered fully. This is not a good wall. It creates the problem of when you push out, you're not really stuck. You can kind of finagle your way around. Is it easy to walk around this? No. It's not a good idea to walk, flash out of sight and then, you're going to go around this and head in the elbow. But the problem is we don't need these gaps in general. So you could scooch it forward, but then you have this now, which this is fine. Like, you could do this, but now we can do it even better to where, let's say like we're in smoke and we break this orb. Now we can't even get into here. Like this area, all this is tied off. We now have to break this orb, which people are going to be like, well, it's easy to break the orb. No. Because it's going to be all the way out here now. It's going to be all the way out here, and you will not be able to get past it. Again, I don't think the wall may be doubled, but I think it's actually, like, this is the perfect distance. It's about that much longer. Again, I'll throw pictures up on screen and videos to show it a lot better when I post this on YouTube. And I know people are mainly not interested. Like, the wall was never, like, a big problem. No one had a problem with the wall. It was good. You can throw it, so it's better than Sage Wall when it comes to usability. You don't have to get super close. You can throw it from pretty far away. So, like, if we're diffusing and we know they're hiding long, this is a really good wall to, like, push them all the way back. You can still peek out this, but you get what I'm saying. Let's talk about the thing that everybody's excited about, which is that her sensor is finally getting buffed. And here's the thing. Riot is not going to change the fact that it does not hold flank. That's fine. It is fine that the sensor does not hold flank. Maybe in pro it's not good, but in ranked it does not matter. Yes, people flank. I'm not saying that people don't flank. But in my Ascendant 1 opinion, which is not a very credible opinion, but let me re-say that. In my opinion, flanking doesn't happen enough. Flanking doesn't happen enough in competitive and like ranked, like our ranked play, to where it needs to be something that a Sentinel needs to have. For example, Sage still has a high pick rate and a decently high win rate. She has nothing to hold the flank, nor is she barely even a Sentinel at all. All of the Sentinels play way better than her, even Deadlock before this buff. That's my opinion. Now, Deadlock Sensor is going to be super, super, super good because you are going to get that stun guaranteed. This stun right here on Bind, which I have dubbed as like the best sensor, still doesn't catch people sometimes. You know, you jump out and then there's some people that just keep running. This stun will not get them. You know, or if they jump to the left like this over here. You know, but now with how they're changing it, the stun's going to go off and it's like that. It's immediate. It pops. Well, okay, it's not immediate. It's 0.5 seconds from down from 0.85 seconds. Um um so right now, right now the problem with her sensor is not that it doesn't go off by sound, cuz holding I have dropped 70, almost 80 plus games in this character. I dropped almost 80, 70 to 80 games on Deadlock, and I never really had a problem with people flanking. What you do to stop flanking is, let's say we're attacking B, we're going to save our sensors, because once we're on site, Deadlock will have this entire setup down, and we will be defending the bomb super easily. We use our body, we use our gun, and we hold the back and be careful that somebody's not pushing through. Again, Sage can't do it, and she still has a great win rate and great pick rate. And another example I thought of is that Chamber is a character that uses his body as a sentinel to make up for him not having utility. He puts a trip in like hookah, and then he uses his body with his teleporter to hold this area. It's the same thing with Deadlock on defense. You know, we're pushing in the site, and then we get in, we take her wall, we throw it down, we set up a trip here and a trip here, and this all holds it down, and then we go and check. You know, we're like, all right, so now I'm on now I'm on the idea that, hey, someone might be behind us, so I'm checking real quick. Hey, no one's behind us. Okay, we're good. That's it. It's not, you know, it's not mind-boggling. And say, like, Cypher can put a trip here, but he has to invest both trips to be for sure that there is no one behind them. So, I think the buffs are really good. I think her wall is a very, very, I think it's better than the Sage wall at this point. People have realized that you being able to see through it and shoot through it doesn't really matter. In fact, it probably helps Deadlock more, because you throw your wall down, and we have the mind game of being able to, you know, peek out and fuck with them. Like when somebody sees us, right, that doesn't play Deadlock, because especially Deadlock isn't picked a lot, you know, we peek up, you know, we see this, they see this wall, and they come up, and they don't expect you to swing out or be holding this, but you can just fuck with them, you know. So to wrap it up again, I said I was making, I don't know if I'm going to end it here, but I was making this stream extremely short. Deadlock wall is insane. I'm very happy that they changed it. I think it did deserve the buff, and I hope they don't nerf it. I think they should leave it how it is. I think the sonic sensor buffs are going to be very, 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 very helpful. I think people are going to realize that Deadlock is actually a very annoying agent to push in against, because, like I said, what's going to, like here, for example, the problem before that I had was you would come over here, and this is one of my, you know, this is a sensor that I do a lot. And what happens is Jet comes in, and she dashes past it, right? She dashes past the sensor, and it sets it off, and right as her team is pushing in as well, the sensor can't catch any of them, because she sets it off, we're walking in, the sensor pops, and it already popped, and we're not even on it yet. I personally Shiro, I hear you saying that you think the sensor will get nerfed. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. I don't think this. I think the sensor is where it should have been on release. Now, this is how it should have been. I think. I think the time that it pops is fine. I think the fact that they nerfed the amount of time it takes to kill it is fine. And there was one. They increased the distance of you being able to pick it up and take it away, and you can now pick it up and take it away in the middle of a round. Again, I think these are all really good decisions. I think it's how Deadlock should have been released. I think her wall. I think what they did with her wall was a really good change. And hold on, I'm gonna take this out. I don't have a proper hair tie right now. Okay. That's just how I feel about it. I think the changes were great. I think the changes were great, and personally, I want them to just leave Deadlock alone now. I think she's in a good spot. She brings a unique aspect to the game. The only gripe is they didn't increase the placement range of the sensor. They did increase the placement range. You can place it from 20. Oh, is it only pickup? Oh, I don't know. You know, whatever. Placement and pickup range has never really been like something I've cared about, so oh well. I think Deadlock is going to become a very viable Sentinel now. I still don't think she'll get picked in pro play. Deadlock, I think Deadlock's thing now, because here's the thing. A lot of people realize that she's not like a rush stopping Sentinel. All Sentinels stop rushes to some extent, you know. Cypher has his tripwires, Killjoy has her mollies, Chamber has his gun, Sage has her wall. Everybody is a rushing, you know, stops rushes. I think Deadlock's uniqueness now is bringing a mobile wall into the game, and the wall is fucking massive. She can turn off entire areas. Like someone pointed out, I have a lineup over here where if you just come up here and we throw this one, this wall will now come to here and over there. It covers the whole thing now. So again, I think it's going to be good. Well, no, I don't have to remake it because they left the, they didn't change the throw distance of the, of the wall. I double checked, Bonnie's stream. I went and redid the lineup myself, like him throwing the wall in his stream. I tried to remake it as best as possible. It lands in the exact same spot. And I'm on pre-patch, obviously. So, I think, I don't think, you know, I don't think they buffed the throw range. So all my wall lineups still work. But we'll come up with new ones. I know. I was super excited for that buff too. But we will come up with new ones because there are new areas to throw the wall. And it'll actually cover areas. Like we can actually start looking at a wall that lands here. Because I had one, but now it'll actually cover the areas that we need. I think it's this. Yeah. Like this will actually go all the way over now. And we can start looking at wall lineups like this now. So, and okay, so I'm gonna turn on my, my YouTube voice, and I'm gonna try and, because I'm gonna cut this up and put this on YouTube. And I'm probably going to end stream after this. I know it was like extremely short. I just wanted to get out and say my opinions. This also helps me record the video so I can put it on YouTube. Okay. So, going back over it all one more time. Enemies are going to be forced to shoot the big orb. So that's what I was pointing out earlier. Is, we can put our wall further back now. Like, this is going to reach over there. And the wall can be here. And it's going to be way harder to shoot because, like, the wall could be here, it could be there, there's going to be a smoke in our way. It's such a good change, and I don't think people realize. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go back. Alright. All right, so this is gonna be awkward for anybody that's been watching. So, as we know, Deadlock got buffed, and I'm very excited. Everybody in my chat's excited. Everybody in my Discord is excited. Everybody on Twitter is excited. Some people are pissed off, but we don't care about that. So, what they changed was her wall. Her walls, all four of the sides, are bigger now, and her sensors are now. They go off sooner. You can pick them up from a further distance, and they can't be shot as soon. And they added something about allies being able to go near it. So I'm here today to talk about how I feel about the buffs. So, sensor buffs are never going to be something that we're disappointed in. I know Riot is not going to make them go off no matter what. And I know people are going to be disappointed about that. However, we have to remember Sage is in the game. She has an insanely high, not insanely high, but she has a high pick rate and a high win rate, both being very positive things, and it is seen as a pretty decent agent, and Deadlock should be seen the same way. They both don't hold flanks, but that doesn't make them not Sentinels. They both still do their roles really well. They just do something different in the Sentinel role, just like how Sova and Fade are initiators, but they are more info initiators compared to like Sky and the others. Deadlock and Sage are often classified as wall sentinels. I wouldn't really call them wall sentinels, more like fortifying sentinels, in the sense of like almost building a area that is completely safe. You know, Cypher gives you info on top of stopping people from pushing into sites. KJ gives you info on top of doing damage. Chamber allows you to play with your body as a sacrifice to gaining kills from your utility. His teleport allows him to get into positions using his body as the sentinel ability. So, Deadlock is not going to ever probably get the change where the sensor goes off no matter what. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Nothing is wrong with that. What they did change is really good because, for example, I have this sensor on the wall, and this sensor is a sensor I have deemed as one of the best sensors, if not the best sensor. Now, here's what's going to happen. When you jump out of sight, I've actually had people literally just walk past this trip, and that's the problem. Cypher trip, Chamber trip, KJ alarm bot all work like that. Now Chamber trip does have a wind up and alarm bot chases you down. Now what happens is this goes off 0.30 seconds sooner, which is insanely good. It's going to pop almost pretty much immediately. You are going to get stunned, which means that getting into sites is going to be harder. Jets will still get to dash past your stun, but what's going to happen is like, let's say I have this sensor here, a very common sensor that I put down when I'm defending B on bind, and if a Jet dashes into her smoke over there, she's going to set this off, and as her team comes out with her, they're going to get stunned. The reason why this didn't happen before was because she would dash, the stun would start going, and then pop, and by the time everybody walked out, the stun would, you know, it wouldn't work. So now that everybody is going to follow in with her and so on, they're also all going to get hit by the stun. The pickup range got buffed because now you are able to pick up your trips between the round. So if they don't come to B, we can grab our sensors and walk over to A, and we can use our sensors offensively. We can put them like here on Bath to see if somebody swings out of showers. We can put them over here to stop anybody pushing to kill the diffuser. Really, really, really good changes. I think that's all that I needed to go over on that part. Now we're going to talk about the wall. So the wall got a range buff. I'm not sure how much it is. It's not double, but it's just like a little under that. So right now, if we wall this, right? Obviously, we can't get through this part, but we can get through this part over here. Now, no sane person is just going to walk into a site and skip past this, but this still isn't good. You know, why not have the wall go all the way? There's no point. Well, that got buffed. So now that's the thing. The wall, people cannot just walk past the wall anymore. It's massive, and I will go ahead and put images and videos up on screen showing all of this. So because I personally do not have access to early access to the changes, but some people have seen the early access changes, and that's really all I have to say about it. Um, I think the buffs are going to help Deadlock a lot. I think she's going to go from a very weak agent to a very alright agent. This is how she should have came out on release. I know the changes to some people, they look underwhelming, and that's because I don't think they understand they don't understand what it's like to play against Deadlock, and now that her sensors are going to go off sooner, they are going to get stunned, and it's going to become aggravating to play again. Not aggravating in an annoying way, but it's going to be like actually you are actually going to get punished by her. You're actually going to get punished by her stuns, and that's how it should have been on release, which we now have, which is really exciting. I think Deadlock will actually be a very good choice when going into ranked. I don't think she'll get picked in pro because pro just values other things more. Deadlock doesn't bring that, but that's okay. We don't need pro play viable agents, and in fact, I don't want Deadlock to be pro play viable because that means she's gonna get picked all the time, and then I don't get to play her. Uh, um, so I think the changes are really good. Whether you see them as bad, whether you see them as good, let me know down below. I'm willing to talk about however everybody feels it. I'm very excited for the changes, obviously, because I play this character all the time. But I think that's really all I have to say about it. Again, I'll talk about it more down below. We'll talk about it when the changes come out on January 8th. We'll watch the cinematic. Check out the new skins. Check out the new bundle. I think I said check the new cinematic already out. We're going to be doing a bunch of fun stuff on January 8th. So I hope you guys will all join me on that day. So I think that's it. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys all have a great night. And I will see you probably not tomorrow. Well, I'll probably I think I'm going to take a break for a few days, and then we will be back on January 8th. So I hope you guys all have a great night, and I will see you on January 8th. Have a great night, y'all.